Thomas, as you look back on last year coming into year two, could it have worked out any better for you?
Yeah, no kidding. It's pretty cool looking back now how, a year ago at this time I was just getting my feet wet in this camp and, meeting everyone and, now coming back as having a first year pro under my belt with, a lot of games is pretty cool.
So, from that perspective, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, or a combination of both, how different is the feel coming into this development camp? And then, of course, looking ahead to fall, say, compared to a year ago.
Yeah, of course. The pro season is definitely a little different than the junior season. So, just learning, what I need to do in the summer and, how to prepare for it. And obviously, this camp here, I know what to expect as well. So, trying to really take advantage of the staff that are here and, having all the Jet staff as well.
Do you think it would have worked out the way that it did had you not put the time in Norfolk?
Yeah, you'll never really know, but I'm definitely glad for that experience, and got to spend a great time down there, and really just like I said, get my feet wet in the pro game, and I think it really helped me.
When did it become comfortable at the AHL level for you? Like, were you about 5 games into your tenure? Was it right off the bat?
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, I'd like to say I felt comfortable right away, but it definitely. The more I played, the better it felt, and obviously getting to share the net with Delia last year, that was really great for me. He was an awesome mentor sort of character for me, and I think it really paid off.
Were you paying attention to July the 1st and your potential new partners for this coming season?
Honestly, not looking too closely into that, but just focusing on what I can do this summer to have a great season, regardless of whoever it's with.
Yeah, no, but I meant, were you at all interested in seeing who it was, and did you have any kind of a reaction at all, when Eric and Kappa were signed?
Oh yeah, no, of course I saw that, and I was excited to have them here and meet them, and I've heard great things about Combs, especially who played here from all the staff and guys that have played with him as well, and he seems like a great guy that I can learn a lot from, and then Kappa as well, obviously great goaltender to watch, but haven't met him or anything.
Sorry, Marat. You played in 2 pro leagues last year and a quick visit to the Spengler Cup as well. At the end of all that is Manitobas Terror, and you're a huge part of that push at the end of the season. What did you learn from? I don't know if you would have been tired when that intense part began, but what did you learn from that push that you guys made?
Yeah, honestly, I think when you're in the moment like that and you start to get some momentum, you kind of forget how tired you are a little bit, and I think really just simplifying the game a lot. When you find a formula for what works, and a lot of times you realize you can play a lot more efficiently and not have to grind out as much. But I think just finding what works and then simplifying that.
Thomas, when you look at the development plan that they had for you last year, like when you went to the ECHL to start, I don't imagine you knew how long. Like, did they tell you this could be for the whole year? It could be for part of the year? And would you say that the opportunity with the Moose maybe came earlier than you might have expected?
Yeah, no, I think it did come a little earlier than I expected. I went in with the goal of, just getting experience down in Norfolk, regardless of, if I got called up once or twice or not at all. And, I was ready and prepared for, regardless what happened. So I think just going into it with that open mind and, willing to, just accept where I am right now and, just make the most of it. And, I thought I did a good job of that.
What was it like to play those meaningful games down the stretch where essentially, you won the job down there?
Yeah, no, that was pretty special for me, being able to, I've always believed in myself, but, really prove to myself and everyone else as well that, I belong here and that I'm, ready to take on a big role.
And then how about the reward of getting the ELC? I mean, you were hoping that it was coming, but to get it when you did, what did that mean to you? Yeah,
no, that was pretty special for sure. That's obviously been a goal of mine for a long time, and, especially the last 2-3 years, and, being able to get that out of the way was pretty special. But at the end of the day, nothing really changes beyond, the term of it.
I spoke with Drew yesterday. I mean, how do you make sure that you take another step forward in your progression this year?
Yeah, of course. Just realizing that, even though I had a successful year last year, I really haven't done anything. So, just going into it with that mindset of taking it one day at a time and, continuing to prove myself every day.
What did you take out of your Spengler experience?
That was just an incredible experience, getting to, experience, the whole European hockey game. And, that was my first time in Europe as well. So, being in Switzerland around Christmas time isn't a bad way to get first time. So, but yeah, just being able to, share the ice with all those other guys that have, played in various leagues, whether it be in North America or in Europe. And, they've been through a lot of the same things I have, and being able to, feel like I belong with them as well was pretty cool.
What can you say about the learning you did with Drew McIntyre and what he meant for your career last year?
Oh, man, he was incredible. Like, kind of like you, he was a great mentor sort of guy for me, and just someone that I felt like I could talk to whenever, whether it was about hockey or about something totally different. So, just being able to, have someone that's obviously, coming off a pro career just a few years ago, and still very into the game, and it was, I think we share a lot of similar philosophies, and I just love getting to work with him.
The Moose team was incredibly tight last year, and obviously it was your first year there, but a lot of those guys have been there for a while. Guys like Jeff are moving on, Jeffrey Viel moving on. What did they mean to you as in your first year pro, but also what does it mean to you to see them get chances with the Kings, the Bruins, the Stars?
I'm super happy for them for getting those deals, but, obviously those are huge guys in the locker room, and, those are the type of guys that, as a young pro, those are, guys that you really look up to, and you want to be like that someday, just the way they interact with everyone, whether it be, the veteran guys right down to the younger guys. So just being able to see how they handle themselves on and off the ice and, really make a difference for young guys like me.
Just on the subject of guys you probably look up to, I imagine there's one in your organization right now, to have a guy like Connor Hellebuyck who cut his teeth at the AHL level, 4-time Vezina nominee, 2-time winner now the season that he just had. I know you guys are on different teams, but you play in the same building under the same roof. So how much inspiration do you just draw watching what he's able to do at his position?
That's so cool getting to share an organization with him, and obviously getting to work with all the same staff he's working with, and obviously camp coming up at the end of summer. That's something I'm really looking forward to, is trying to just work with him a little bit, and just soak in anything I can, because I know he's a great guy as well. It's willing to talk and share his experiences, so I'm looking forward to that.
Is there a Davos memory that you can share? Like, is that in the mountains? I mean, they've got some crazy fans for the Spengler as well. What stands out in terms of maybe away from the game itself?
Yeah, well, away from the game, my in-game memory would be getting the start against the home team Davos there, and just seeing their crowd and how into it they all are. It really felt like a European soccer game for a while there, and the chants they do. Couldn't understand what they were saying. It wasn't in English, but it was pretty cool. I think I heard my name in a few of them, so hopefully it was good stuff.
Were you able to try any Swiss chocolate while you were there?
I was, yes. Some pretty good stuff.
And what is the Thomas Milic critique on that?
Gets the seal of approval. But
Just one more off the ice question for you, Thomas. You grew up in Vancouver, played in Seattle. How different was Norfolk, Virginia? I know you didn't spend a lot of time there, but how different was Norfolk, say, compared to what you were used to?
yeah, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah?
I've never really spent much time on the East Coast there. I think probably up in Halifax for the World Juniors a couple years ago was my only East Coast experience, but going down there in the States is it was a pretty cool spot to be. We were living in Virginia Beach, right on the ocean there, and getting to really just see how people live life in different places and how hockey seems to find its way everywhere. And, yeah. And sorry, back to your question there. Off the ice memory in Davos. Yeah. Sorry, I'd say probably we had an off day one of the days, and after we won a game, and like you said, it's right in the middle of a ski village, kind of Whistler-esque if you know anything about Whistler. I'm from Vancouver, so I spent some time up there. But just getting to take the gondola up the mountain with my family and see all these people that are just there having an incredible time. And I can't remember the exact number, but the population of Davos really isn't that many people. But around Spengler Cup time, it's a lot of people in the city. So being to see how passionate they all are about hockey and getting to surround myself with that environment was pretty cool.